The desk is as you left. You turn from the... You can make out an impression. An assortment of cargo crates. You step away. The brightly coloured refreshments see me. The refreshments. The smuggler inclines his... He lowers his head. The gate stands before you. Take the chain between the beak of our tool and crunch it dead. The chain resists, trembles, and collapses in a jangling heap at your feet. Regards from the gang. The metal creaks and gives way. The chain lies bleeding out on the cobblestones. In another life, it would have been a serpent.
Quite the commotion down there. That man in the garish coat was no friend, I take it. Of course. Please, have a seat. You've come back.
Bagman gestures wide. The sounds from the cosmonaut suit, a relic of Project Autonomia. Its shoulder patch reads, "The stars are ours, 70." A classroom with a buffed blue floor and white fiberboard tiling. The teacher rolls a square little television in on a cart. The girls in their final year of gymnasium gather round. The camera follows the white column up, and then it jerks or cuts out. When the picture returns, there's just a white cloud sprouting new white limbs. The rocket nowhere to be seen. A faulty seal, a minor propellant leak. Next thing you know, 4 cosmonauts are splattered across the face of God. The end of Project Autonomia, engulfing with it Portafero's dreams of stars. You and millions of school children the world over. Expensive, fruitless, the failure of Project Autonomia promptly tanks the Portaferan economy. Supreme Leader Nestor flees into his third exile not long after. As for the bazaar, it's saturated with surplus equipment, memorabilia and replicas. The suit is most likely the latter. In a world full of them, your focus widens back to the bazaar. The rack stands alone, and your arm would fit through the gap beneath the lock. You leave the rack alone. The fire door. The door sits.
Nothing so far, but I'd stay away from there if I were you. I was asked to keep an eye on it not long ago. You know, just in case.
By whom?
Baby girl, there are many questions I haven't asked you. Being a thoughtful, caring man. Just stay away from there. That's all I'll say. I'll be seeing you.
The only reason he stood here is to make money out of people like you. But what makes you so special?
I don't want to deny you, baby girl. But on this occasion, I have nothing else to offer you.
Not something to do with you, then. Maybe it's something to do with him that's throwing the barrier up.
I'll be seeing you.
Bagman gestures wildly on the television screen. The sounds from the commercial Sprawled in front of you is a huge control panel, written lopsidedly on a strip of tape. Water lock controls. Don't touch. Work this out, and you should be able to drain the water outside. The controls before you are unlabeled. There are 2 glowing buttons, a switch, and a single large lever. Push the buttons. No, wait, the lever. Whichever goes click-clack the loudest. The sound of water outside. Use it as your guide. It doesn't budge. A short, powerful hiss of water resounds in the plumbing, then stops as soon as you let go of the button. The metal switch flips to on with a heavy, satisfying thunk. Main drive engaged. Nothing appears to happen. No haptic feedback, no audible change. Best ignore this one going forward. colour of affirmation, healing, for some, even hope. The button remains nestled in its place, oblivious to your thoughts. As you suspected, the button releases a stream of water somewhere when it is held down. The hiss turns into a trickle, and then stops entirely. A hum of machinery runs through the walls, and the cling of metal on stone. You're on the right track. You leave the control panel. The large pipe outside the window catches your eye again as you turn away from the console. The container is still overfull with rubbish. The archives demand bravery and diligence. The mass before you is divided into 3 distinct strata. A thorough analysis will require you to explore each. Your choice. You've now penetrated to the darkest and wettest layer. A metallic thud tells you that you've reached the bottom of the bin. Your fingers get to work. However, the rancid smell threatens to suffocate you. The bitter scent of rotten vegetable matter fills your nasal cavities. Saliva pools in the corners of your mouth. The gas makes your mind swim. Luckily, your diligence is not in vain. Your fingers catch on something hard in the furthest corner of the sludge pile. Rounded for the most part, there are some sharper lines at the extremities as well as some flat surfaces. It's a pair of grimy glasses, large black frames, and what must be the thickest prescription lenses available. The missing vendor. These are the glasses he was wearing in the photo Mullen showed you. This neighborhood isn't residential. There's no foot traffic to speak of, meaning they were unlikely discarded here by accident, leaving one possibility too serious to ignore. As if you needed any additional confirmation that you're in the right place. Nothing of note yet. False teeth, a broken bottle. Oh, there's some salt if you want it. You pluck a few coins from the fetid heap. A couple of them are covered in an unknown greasy substance. This is how you imagine the insides of an eyeball would feel. Various slimy textures slide up your hand as you dip into the dregs. Your fingers graze something sharp. Paper, maybe. Quickly, before the sludge reclaims it, you catch the object with your fingernails and gingerly lift it out of the rot. It seems to be a small wad of misprinted paper. The machine that printed this was clearly faulty, as the words have either smeared across the pages or doubled up to form incomprehensible deep black runes. The paper wad has nothing else to report. It exists only as a reminder to clean your printer heads. Deeper. There are more strata to go. You pick carefully through the warm middle strata until you bump against a papery wad. Expired coffee, greasy condiment residue, typewriter ink, chemically processed wood pulp. 2 for yes. 1 for no. The echo in the room. A gasp without breath. Chin up, gaze fixed on the radiant tomorrow. The dead man's parade marches past and I am left behind. A scrawl of red ink above the typed words. We thank you for your submission. Unfortunately, at this time the Nos Correntes review will not be moving forward. A highly discerning one, judging from the physical evidence. With that, your forensic study may be considered complete. The rubbish container and all its... The pipe twists out from the concrete like the roots of a plumbing tree. An interconnected system, a simple loop. It's a central part of the water lock mechanism. Somehow these tubes drain and pump it. They are just pipes. The pipe twists out from the concrete like the roots of a plumbing tree. They are just pipes. The pipe twists out from the concrete like the roots of a... Normally, a water lock would be above ground and entirely manual, but this is an annoyingly modernised version. However, the principle remains the same. There are doors at either end, and a sluice gate to lower the water inside the lock. The latter is probably located inside the largest pipe, the one you're staring at right now. Correct. The water level is up right now. If you can close the gates, it's a simple matter of figuring out which control releases the water through the sluice pipe. Indeed. And as you've established, it's possible that hiding somewhere within it is a pocket jail. You return to find the control. In line with your observations, you close both locked doors and then release the water through the internal sluice gate. A violent pressurized hiss is heard as the lock drains through the immense pipe to your right. You leave the control panel, its language now mastered. The pipe twists out. They are just pipe. The heifer coffee lady. Watch for what? Raw information atomizes itself. On the other side of the world, a phone rings and rings. The bed welcomes you for us. The murmurs of Portofino fade into nothing, as do you. Raw information atomizes itself and rings. You return to the desk. Everything is right where you left it. You plunge deep into the mirror of your past. A gust of wind knifes through you. Operant Holocene turns to you while walking through a street shadowed by soaring tenements.
Cascade, do you think you carry all your past lives with you? Or must the same life be broken and reassembled time after time? I often think a controlled suicide under a litany of psychoactive substances might be illuminating. The shape memory of a life versus a million deaths in a single soul.
A Lusian asset had sent a series of cryptograms for you to decode his whereabouts. The man was almost comically paranoid. Later, you found him dead, symbols slashed into every part of him. Holocene's words haunt the air. A hypothetical that perhaps he would soon after be tempted to answer in the flesh, along with the rest of your crew. No. This file was supposed to be destroyed. Don't bring it back. We're picking up mega bad vibes here. You're dimly aware of words being committed to paper as more memories crash the windows of your mind. The past unspools itself. You're merely its servant at the wrist.
The terrible fate of all spies, Cascade. powerless to change the prophecy, yet endlessly free to decipher its runes.
There are other terrible fates for your kind. You know of a few.
Much like death itself, a prophecy and its runes before a human race of spies.
It is done. The page is filled. All that's left is the dull bruise of guilt and the loose memory blowing around you like a slow storm. The raw materials are pristine. Any stylistic refinement needed is the editor's literal job. Time grinds along when you're revisiting old ghosts. Believe it or not, there are people who do this for free. You turn away from the desk.
You again. Any updates on the 9? But how can that be? A gentleman from the Carabineros said it would be in service any day now. You'd think with all the MTER money this place has gotten, they'd have fixed their aerotrams. What am I supposed to do now? I was simply passing through on my way back home to Sundak. I had been working in Copablanco, but the work dried up. That was more than a week ago, and, here I am.
Despite his predicament, he's kept up with hygiene. His beard is shaved, his nails well manicured.
I'm a political economist by training.
Something about his jawline makes you overly aware of your skin, your posture. Your right nipple hardens. The left hasn't seen him yet.
Well, not in so many words. How to put this? You're surely familiar with the concept. A somewhat rich, older lady wants a nice exotic husband without the lifelong commitment, yes? Meanwhile, a clean, well-behaved man from the periphery wants to see the world but lacks the necessary capital. The woman pays for his relocation and gains a valuable commodity. A high-quality Sunnis husband.
No twitch, no hesitation. He's reclined into that reality long ago.
A man by mail, a direct order dick. There are many names for it, some more vulgar than others. I offer companionship and a fair trade. If you consider it as a set of transactions, love's really no more than an economic problem. Where else can one find men so clean, attentive, strong, and conversant in political economy? In other circumstances, I believe it could have worked out brilliantly, but alas, in my case, endogenous factors conspired to thwart my domestic bliss. I only wish the authorities took the same view. I will tell you, madame, It was the lapdogs. All 6 of them. Not these dogs. Trust me. My betrothed, she wanted them to watch our lovemaking, my cleaning and housework, my lectures on recent advances in microfinance. Wherever I turned, there was a creature the size of a throw pillow, its black, wet eyes staring at me.
Watching, trembling from invisible afflictions.
At one moment, I wondered whether I was there for her pleasure or theirs. That's when I realized I need to escape Copa Blanco as soon as possible. There used to be a more direct route via Havergelia, but the border has been closed since it was re-annexed by La Luz. It's not so easy to get around as it used to be, you know. Back to Sunzak, very far from here. Maybe I'll go to work for my brother, or maybe I'll sign up for a term on the lunar mines. Really, I just want to escape the developed world.
You know very little about the lunar cadmium mines, and would prefer to keep it that way. A man turns back to his suitcases. You keep walking.
Go on. You must be down there somewhere.
But it's all slimy.
No. She must learn her lesson. Oh, what the hell? It's my expensive bottle of schnapps. She dropped it down there when the water was up. If you find it, I'd appreciate it if you bring it back.
Drinky sinky.
It was an accident.
I know, Caracalito, but Daddy can't catch any shrimp for dinner if he's thirsty. You dropped it, so you have to find it. Don't you agree?
A man's gang is his own, not our place to intervene.
Sure. Good. Come on then. Down you go.
But, Daddy, I don't want to.
That's not the point, Caracalito, okay? You've got to learn your lesson. Not for 2 weeks. Normally her mother looks after her, but I've got some time off myself, so I'm doing it.
We're spending quality time together.
We were, until you dropped my bottle in the water. What about it? No, I want my schnapps. Beer is for relaxing after I get home from work, not during my time off. What about it? I don't want your schnapps, I want mine. Besides, that's the cheap stuff. I have the on-tour edition, the strong stuff.
Don't step on the shrimp. They make your shoes smell.
A bottle sits in wet surrender among the grime. The label, damp but still holding strong, reads, Vishnia Schnapps on tour. It's 60% proof, much stronger than a typical bottle of schnapps. The sour cherry flavor makes it go down easy. No, you have a regular bottle of schnapps. This is a special one. You snatch up the bottle and realize it's unopened. and therefore uncontaminated. You are faced with two options. Return it to the father at the top of the ladder, or keep it. Out of the darkness emerges another wolf cup. Large, plastic, and glorious. The plastic wolf, in round spectacles, reads an ancient tome. A wizard's staff strapped to the back of his cloak. Splashed across the cup's side. Eager wolf. Someone seems to have put this container away for safekeeping, and then forgotten about it. He looks sort of bookish and reserved, actually. Itching to prove that he can lead the pack, if they'll only give him the chance. He looks like the kind of wolf who'd stick his snout in between the pages when no one was looking, just to smell the old paper. Globs of yellow paint refuse to stare back at you. His gaze is fixed somewhere to the side, drawn away from his book. By what? It's unclear. Eager Wolf joins the crew. Another plastic wolf cup in your hand. As before, 1 out of 6 is stamped on the hard bottom. 6 in total to get your hands on. You're on your way to collecting a full set. Your fingertips itch with anticipated pleasure. The container is empty. The door looms. Its keypad glowers at you dubiously. Glossy metal finish. No hint of rust or weathering. No prey here. Only a challenge. Your teeth chatter from the thrill. An even darkness runs along the door's edges. The metal is cool against the flesh of your ear. It's quiet. No activity behind the door. Once open, you should be in the clear. A heavy, die-cast 10-digit keypad with a matrix of tactile switches. A trio of wires runs from the bottom of the keypad to the door. Assuming an 8-digit combination, you're looking at 100 million possibilities, rounded up by 1. It seems wiser not to try. You look around the imposing door. It's hard to see its full form without a light, but inside, there seem to be hundreds of small protuberances sprouting along a cylinder. There's something about stars and what it says about this type of lock, but it doesn't quite come to you. You haven't learned anything new, but at least you gave the lock a good eyeballing. Channel the shadows. Let them rise with you. What do you see? A small detonation in the back of your skull. Focus. What are the numbers? An attempt at communion. Now, the numbers. This is as far as the shadows take you. The rest is on you. But what's the order? And there's 4 digits. Which number's repeated? You're not just going to guess, right? You leave the keypad be. The door remains steadfast.
Hello.
The man breaks his attention for a second to look at you, then looks away again.
What about it? Ha! Yes, it is. But you're not just gonna give me it out of the kindness of your heart, are ya? Deal. Ah, lovely stuff. Thanks. Uh-huh.
Bye.
Hello again. No. But it's okay. It's okay that you peeled my gadget. I forgive you. I will. And reading...
The editor-in-chief's desk is somewhat... Among them, a luscious fountain pen glints in the artificial light. The desk remains...
Ah, hello again. Adieu. Ah, hello again.
The Trust is a well-known front organization founded and financed by him. Oh no, so close. To date, you haven't given the Trust a single soul. Ouch. Sorry. The state cut all funding for the arts and humanities in '86. Not quite. The Ministry of Mass Culture has actually branded the Trust. Malicious actors tripping and flailing upon the world stage. Ding ding ding. Correct. The Trust is nothing more than one of the many fronts for l'Empire sans territoire. Patrons of art, for any other sake but the art.
Yes, the Emperor people. You can't move in the art world without brushing against it. The patronage of the Trust is the sole reason for the existence of dozens of magazines, theaters, and newspapers. Most likely. In fact, without the Trust, there might not be any cultural outlets in the whole city. At least, not any that would be worthy of being recognized as such. Have you noticed recently what passes for art out there? Twinkly L-pop foolishness, seizure-inducing cartoons, adults eroding their wits with rubbish made for the prepubescent. Let's just say that it allows for the existence of art that doesn't have to impress a teenager. Oh, there's no catch. They're just very attentive. No, it's good, actually. To know someone's always over your shoulder, double-checking every word. Liberating, in a way.
The sub-editor smiles over at you both, twirling her red pen.
Yes, it's nice, isn't it?
The woman gives you both a little wave, a delayed smile just behind it. That sub-editor is an MTER operant for certain, rank unknown. And your movements.
Good. As long as you have a poem this time.
She takes your work and examines it, vocalizing each verse with increasing volume as she goes.
Well, the material is there. I can't deny that. There are signs of craft.
The editor-in-chief gives you an encouraging smile.
Now, I will elevate your piece to the craft standards of the Nos Correntes Review. Could you get the door for me, please?
Of course, Haya. In fact, why don't I take this one? I could do with the practice.
Blood, flash, hot, craving.
Oh, okay then. If you're both sure about this,
I'll make sure I pay special attention to the syllable length and stress patterns, Haya. Why don't you head to my downstairs office and I'll be with you shortly. I'll just make sure my pen's working.
She touches the red pen around her neck and smiles.
not usually, no. At least, it gives me more time to go over these proofs.
Hello again. I will.
The metal drawer slides out nearly soundlessly, revealing rows of official-looking folders. Be fleet of foot, operant. Your enemies are onto you. You bend your arm at an uncomfortable angle and press around at the deepest part of the drawer. Nothing. The drawer's base makes a thin rattle, not the hollow echo you were hoping for. Not even a lost paperclip or bent staple. You pull your hand back from the standard issue cabinet. Files crowd over the gap you made. After a moment of rifling, your fingertip catches on a sharp edge. The culprit is a large beige folder, labeled Visitors, notated. Strangers in grainy black and white stare back at you. Under each photo, a terse itinerary. Visitor, date of arrival, date of departure. Each of them seems to have left the same way. Flight D153 to a regional airport in Ile-de-Serres. Perhaps they're running a writer-in-residence program on the wasteland mesas of Ile-de-Serres. Prisoners often compose very compelling poetry. Emter is finally investing seriously in the arts. You skip through the stack until your eye catches on a man's face, mid-60s, eyes blown up by milk bottle glasses. The last time you saw him, he was smiling at the camera. He isn't smiling here. He looks exhausted and grubby, crumpled at the corners. His glasses were still with him when this was taken. Visitor Krantz Eno. Date of arrival 4/3/96. Date of departure 4/18/96. Flight D513 to Ile-de-Serres direct. Notes: prolonged interrogation, mostly unsuccessful, until daughter threatened. Gone. It disappears soundlessly into the stack. You look for any young woman by the name of Ultravioletta. You find none. Maybe try Violetta Ultra. The metal rattles against itself as the metal drawer. Be fleet of foot operant. Your enemies are onto you. The metal rattles the metal drawer. Be fleet of foot operant. Your enemies are onto you. Enter Cascade, delver of secrets, dismantler of clerical assets. The files blur, then your fingers pause, your conscious mind catching up a split second behind. S.D. Newitz, head of human capital, Emter, a familiar name, stamped in green ink. Your old asset, S-Doc, still draped in the same cover you left her in, with one new styling. She is fastened to her cover, mutating with it. The mask has become her face. S-Doc, status alive, alignment unknown, presume bad faith. Something about unreturned phone calls, abandoning your assets, record lows in cowardice, that kind of thing. Cold, old megaton bitch, never really proper gang to begin with. Work experience gang. A telephone from 5 years ago startles in its cradle, waking you from the thin end of a dream.
Herschel, it's Esty. I'm going to talk fast. Something is dreadfully wrong.
Her phrasing that day always stuck with you. Dreadfully wrong. The most wrong a thing could ever be. The memory bleeds away. Your eyes refocus on the filing cabinet before you. An address listed in the housing campaign to the north of Party Alley. No house number given. Existing in plain sight. Courageous. You store the file in the cabinet and the information for later use. The metal rattles against itself as the drawer slides shut. The heavy steel door contains a single small window. Next to it, another brand new intercom like the one upstairs. As with anything that talks in this city, it is emblazoned with the blue Renotel logo. Heavy condensation is obscured through layers of glass. Nothing can be seen here, in the domain of shadow and smudge. Your fist barely makes a sound on the thick, reinforced metal. Suddenly, so quiet that it's almost imaginary, a muffled pounding answers from the other side. A tingle runs down your back, the sensation of things coalescing. You hear a brief static crackle. It fades out to leave the ambient hum of another room. You hold your ear to the box, living electricity buzzing along your ossicle bones. Somewhere in the amplified quasi-silence, there's a distant rustling, perhaps breathing.
Stop rapping on my door. Don't you people ever tire? The communists. Intriguing. I can barely make you out through this little viewing slot. All right, Spirit. Do you have a name? I agree. Absolutely superfluous. They turn off the lights here at night. No windows. Don't tell me about trouble. If you're from the opera, you must be Tempo del Sur's well-connected friend.
A knot of tension forms between your eyes. Once again, you're a step behind. No way out but through. The deal. You're here for the deal. A wave of static crashes over the line.
You could say we're both servants of culture. The ministry maintains relations with a number of men like your unfortunate friend. Allies against Emter's ridiculous culture blockade. Briefly, I was making a personal call from one of those infernal payphones when two men bundled me harshly into a tuk-tuk with a rough sack over my head. Soon after, I found myself in this waterlogged hell. Difficult to say, what with the lack of natural light and the irregular interrogations. But unless I'm hallucinating this exchange, I don't believe I've gone insane yet. I'd say more than a few days, but less than a week. Good for you. Whether that's good for me remains unseen.
For a moment, nobody says anything. Green water sloshes about your feet.
Tempo assured me the opera were enthusiastic about the terms, despite the risks involved. Are you telling me that was not the case?
A long, crackling sigh fills the room.
I procured for Tempo del Sur an extremely rare device. The only one of its kind outside the illuminated empire.
Extremely rare. Tingle along arm hairs.
Of course he did. I smuggled it out of the empire in my own diplomatic bag. Our friend was very insistent on this point. His end first.
A detail the girl Yana conveniently left out. You need to confront her about this.
But tell me, if Tempo is no more, what has become of this extremely rare device? Not that it's any concern of mine just now, but I would not leave such a thing unaccounted for. That is what he called it, yes. I told him not to repeat it. It's a prototype for a new bootlegging device. I would tell you all about it, but really it's best to see for yourself. Not that many, only the big ones. It's not easy to leave the Illuminated Empire. Tempo promised he would call in certain favors. Alas, only one of us got what we bargained for. Please, my socks are so true. The buttons of my feet look like wrinkled tissue. I'd like to be out of here before my toes start to blacken. Let's not keep your masters waiting. There's a ritual in motion, Nameless One. One I suspect you've got an important part to play in. Soon there will... Wait.
The phone line hisses and goes silent.
Apologies. I had to attend to a personal matter. A large rat swimming along the floor of my cell. It's not so hard to drown them usually. This one was just very oily. Right, the reason you're here. There's a very important man on his way to Portofino as we speak. His name is Facundo Reyes.
Minister of Mass Culture for Lelou's, political theorist, suspected war criminal, architect for Lelou's meteoric cultural rise. As of this year, 26% of all media originates from Lusian-affiliated distributors. Weekly textile shipments from Lelou's to the developed world, 1.5 million tons. Estimated age, mid-70s. Known photos, 0. While his influence is immense, Reyes himself remains an unbroken cipher, despite repeated attempts to crack him. Halberd, zeroed out, 71. Redacted, declared null entity, 74. Sediment, zeroed out, 76. Vapor, lost, 81. Comfort, zeroed out, 86. Like all the opera's great enemies, Facundo Reyes is referred to primarily by his epithet.
To his friends, he's still just Facundo. So we've established. Secret treaties, matters of mass culture, all to be discussed with our mutual antagonists. Fun stuff. Leagues above your station, sadly.
Enough chatter. Get out of this place while you're still able.
Just one question before you scurry back to your masters. Will it be you escorting me to the superblock? Or should I...
What might have begun as an inhale of breath transforms into a static roar that fills up the audioscape. The edges of your eyes begin to burn, pooling at the back of your mouth, an unpleasant taste. Petroleum. The audio assault gradually dissipates, only to be immediately replaced by another invasive sound. Footsteps right above you, coming this way. In the crimson dark of the room, it's hard to make out much of anything. You'll have to focus your efforts. A doorway blocked by a heavy steel shutter. The full weight of your situation dawns on you in the instant before the door clicks. Hemmed in, not even a shadow to hide under. In the open doorway stands the sub-editor. You can just make out the shine of a red pen, held aloft, dagger-like. Cold liquid snatches at your steps like wet hands as you run towards your only hope at escape. We're dead-ended. The gang sends its regards. A crackle on the water surface, then something seizes your ankles, then your whole body, as the world blackens.
Hello again.
The copy editor taps her red pen against the side of her face and stares at you unblinking.
Here's what you were so desperate to see. Verdict. Already? I've barely touched you. Let me try something. Does this feel good?
She runs her thumb over the pen, teasing its mechanical tip. Cold, crackling spikes of electricity run up and down your spine from focal points on your back. 10,000 needles across your skin.
C'est dommage. Our romance will begin with pleasure and end in pain.
A click beneath her thumb and a jolt of pain tears through your skin, sharp and sudden.
Thanks for le consentement. Let's get right to it then. I am an interrogatrix for l'Empire Sans Territoire. Who are you?
Summon a persona. Concede nothing, validate less. Cascade can slip out behind the human-shaped facade.
Using our cover as cover. How fun. Let's see how good you are, shall we? Who won the Nos Correntes prize for Best Original Hexameter this year?
Trick question. Hasn't been decided yet.
It is not the time for puns, Malapinette. They make me quite irate. What is meant by the term ekphrasis?
Onomatopoeia for a dog coughing up its tonsils.
It's actually a literary device where you describe a piece of visual art in a written work. If I have to know this shit, then so do you. How does it make you feel when you read your poetry?
Awesome. You're the best poet of all time. You read it to yourself aloud every morning. She giggles, canine sharp over her tongue.
I don't think you're a poet at all, and it doesn't sound like you do, either.
Her thumb hovers over the pen, taunting you. Yes, give it. Deserved. Click. Your body spasms, your joints strain. Microscopic sinews tearing.
So, let me run my working theory by you. You're opera, right?
Your right eye twitches.
Thought so. I let you talk to our prisoner because I thought he might be chattier with you, and that you'd break more easily than him.
The situation is dire. An advanced cognitive maneuver could turn her own weapon against her. The old remembrancer designation was fellow traveler. The contemporary one, psycho mirror. Ancient files hidden in the Remembrances Division speak of a bonding process used in theatre to braid one's fate with another. You scour the frequencies around you. A slow ballad with a curiously high symbol in the room beyond. A jazz number from above. Neither are her. You listen harder. She emerges first as absence, a strange silence in a sea of psychic noise. Her song is an echo, a memory, the tolling of a bell deep underwater.
What is this? Arrête! Get off me!
Click. She screams with you. It won't hold long. Quickly, while you have her, find out what she's looking for.
What do you want with Facundo Reyes?
You feel the bond break. She gasps with relief. But now you know the prisoner was telling the truth about Reyes. Fresh flare of agony rattles along your bones, your mouth so wide that it tears your lips. You smell smoke and burning.
Who are you?
You once heard an old hand say that the superblock is short of many things. Transistors, cathode ray tubes, silicon wafers. But it's never been short of brave idiots. Through the eye holes in your mask, painfully aware that she seems to be able to see him too.
I can see you in there, just out of reach. Come to me. You're a fraud, a liar, and I don't really need this little pen to find out exactly what you're hiding.
You can feel her needling her way into your mind, poking at your thoughts, pushing her way inside. She grins, resurfacing with her prize.
Cassandra? Ah, I found your cryptonym, didn't I? Hello, Cascade. C'est fini.
She stares at you, lips parted, eyes alight, her thumb roving gently over the pen. You hear the metal rattling in its case. You feel tiny sparks leaping over your skin. Almost familiar now.
You are a communist spy. What is your name?
Just tell her. Fuck it.
Do you have any affiliations outside the Operant Bureau? What makes someone a friend? Are you currently on assignment in theatre?
Yes and no. Just no, really. Kill yourself before she does. She frowns, taken aback.
Interesting. You weren't lying there, were you, Lapinette? Then I think, no, you weren't. That face under your mask, is that your true face? Why did you peel the plastic off my intercom?
Felt good.
Do you really believe the things you say? Do you find me attractive?
Yes. Where? More.
What does the opera want with the prisoner?
We have no idea.
That was unimpressive, even for the opera. Ma pauvre Lapinette, you didn't do a very good job there, did you? If only, Lapinette, if only. Unfortunately for us, someone has intervened on your behalf. Your very own personal star.
Melita.
Toute chose qui existe en dehors de l'Empire est une chose sans valeur. Good boy, Herschel.
Click. The world drops you like an old toy. You wake to blurry vision, thudding ears, and a dull ache in your lower spine. The setting sun is hot on your face. Purple light spots are burned into the back of your eyelids. Springs dig into your back as you shift position. Your skin feels like it's still crackling. Someone is standing nearby, watching you. Your eyes realign and find a young girl staring at you, chewing a lock of her own hair. A derelict beach, a grey canal, and the Noscarentis Review building, less than 50 meters away, up the hill beyond the waterlock. You didn't move at all. Someone else did it. Lifted you up and dumped you here.
Over there. I don't know. I just found you asleep.
The girl nods seriously and gives you a little thumbs up.
He had to go grown-up fishing, is what he said. But he said I can take the tram home all by myself.
It will be dark soon.
Can you help me with something? I need to get this knot undone.
The girl holds out a small hook tangled in fishing line. Bind in. No, not again. You take the hook and its clot of near invisible wire. Double, lost in theatre. Status captured, interrogated. Loyalties non-existent. Conclusion, failure. Brackets inevitable. Your hands are trembling.
Mantis shrimp. But they move pretty fast.
Faster than you. It's a haphazard tangle of wire, formed on the universe's whim. Still, it conjures up an uncomfortable feeling in you. Your wrists burn, the skin chafed, your shoulders ache from the pull. You pick at the wire, your fingernails slipping off the fine thread. Here and there, you make progress, coming apart at the seams. You broke. They didn't kill you. A chance to face it down again.
Are you okay? Did something happen to you?
A hot woman with an electric rod happened. Gang's in shambles.
You can always play it again. But you seem so...
You tug on the last loop of thread. The tangle vanishes as the hook slips free.
I don't know. Very... cool. Thanks so much. Oh, yeah. The man told me to give this to you.
She holds out a clot of folded paper.
The man with no heart.
The man in the fogged mirror.
Yeah. Is he your dad? He was nice to me.
It appears to be an origami rendering of some kind. People who are into this sort of thing are always making flowers or birds, but this doesn't look like that. What it looks like is an anatomically correct human heart, slightly squished from being stuffed into a 10-year-old's pocket. Easier, yes, but less fulfilling. The flattened paper reveals a handwritten message within the shape. Big ticket item about to hit the organ block. Opening bids already coming in by payphone. Party alley, west side. Who will we say is calling operant? Below the scrawled text, a childlike drawing of a heart, coloured in red. This message is no courtesy. It's a debt slip.
The heart is pretty. He drew a heart, so he must like you. Nope. Okay. But how would I know? I can't see inside people. For what?
This marked payphone then. It seems someone will be waiting for you on the other end.